Zergie's dropped in some roaches. They're going to go for these supply depots and they're going to try and take them out, but it's not really going to help given that he's not too close to being supply blocked. But he does actually, he goes for the reactor. Reactor's probably going to burn down, I think. And then these overlords, Leenock just not sure where he's going to go with these. But so two of the overlords do actually die. One of them had a couple of roaches in it, and these roaches are saying that they are not happy with that, and they take out one of the marines. And he's going to run away with that one now. So we've got some marauders coming down here to try and finish off this hatchery that was on half health. Stim going off now as well. The marauders putting a lot of damage in. Bam! Perfect timing. The marauders are getting out of there, getting out of dodge with that medevac there. And just as the Zerg forces came in to defend, but they were just a little bit behind. So we got a Great Aspire here from Leenock as well, and an Ultralisk Cavern. Even the hive is all done, and we actually do have a couple of Broodlords here as well. So this is going to move into the higher tech stage for Leenock. He's going to have to try and use his Broodlords and perhaps some Ultralisks to his advantage if he can, to try and make sure he keeps the Terran forces at bay. We do have some counters here from Zergie though. He's got 6 Vikings out, and I think there are a couple more on the way as well. No, yeah, there are a couple of Vikings coming through now, and a couple more medevacs as well. Looks as if the medevacs are going to spot an overlord just doing some scouting here. I think those overlords were coming to chuck down some creep on these expansions to make sure that Zergie was not able to get up there and expand to them. You really want to see him actually move an overlord up here so he can make sure that the island is protected, given that he is now ahead with his own island just about built. This hatchery at 6 is almost done. We do have a drop here at the Zerg main. We've got some Marines coming in. Stim goes up. The Marines are going to take on that Great Aspire. Some roaches and Zerglings, a lot of Zerglings actually, come in here to try and defend, and he does push them out. The medevacs are going to have to back out of there and try again at a later date. We do have a lot of lava here, sitting here doing nothing at the moment for Leenock, so we'll have to see. That's the replenishment of the Zerg forces we were talking about. We've got 7 Broodlords here at the moment. We've got some siege tanks moving across here. Looks as if Zergie wants to have a shot at the Zerg forces from Leenock, and the Vikings come in to try and take out some of these Broodlords. It is not happening though. There are still a lot of Corruptors. More so down here. The Banelings are rolling around. This is a big circus ride here from these two players. The Banelings cleaning up most of the Marines there, and some Broodlings coming in as well to take out the rest of the Marines. And it looks as if these Broodlords are going to take out some of these tanks. The Vikings are going to have no opposition though, so the Vikings are actually going to clean up the Broodlords first. A little bit of an even sort of attack there from the players. I was looking for a different word there. I'm not really sure what the word was, but we lost a lot of tanks. We lost a lot of Marines. I think there was like 70-something Marines. I had a look before. And it looks as if a great attack here by Zergie. He's actually dropped in a whole bunch of Marines, and they have taken out the Great Aspire. And the Marines are going to try and get out of there. Some Mutalisks are on the way, though, and the Mutalisks are going to clean up these medevacs. I think that is dead. And so that was a bit of a Black Hawk down moment there. But we would like to see what is happening. Whoa, look at this. We got double planetary fortress here at the gold expansion. It looks as if Zergie does not want to lose this one. He's got a couple of turrets going up as well, just to make sure that the Mutalisks do not do anything here. We've got a third command center here. Not sure what's going on. That one's going to the expansion, it looks like. And we've got some Vikings running around cleaning up Overseers, just to make sure that he doesn't have as much map vision as he'd like Leenock to have. Meanwhile, let's have a look at the economy. We've got Leenock sitting on 81 harvesters with, he's got a total of 6 bases, sorry, are up, but effective sort of mining bases are sort of looking at about 2. Obviously, one of them is the gold, and now the natural is just about spent. So we'll have to see what happens from there. We've got another drop coming in from Leenock, and we've got a Broodlord just coming along here just to provide some trouble here. Probably a bit of a distraction here. While down at the main, we've got these Overlords coming in here to drop down some Zerglings. There is one siege tank here ready to defend, but it is going to get surrounded, and I suspect that he's going to die. The Vikings come in to try and clean up the Overlords, and we'll see those Overlords go down. And we've got some Zerglings just sort of providing some trouble here. It's obviously no Doom drop that we would see back in the days of Brood War, but I think this is just a bit more of a cover for Leenock to replenish his main forces, and obviously to spend a bit of his lava as well. on Ultralisk, because we do have a whole bunch of Ultralisks out now. We have a total of 4 Ultralisks. We got 5 Mutas and a bunch of Roaches and Banelings as well. So this is a bit of an interesting attack force here from Leenock. He's going to move across here. ZergRangkke's providing a bit of a meat shield here for the Ultralisks while they move in undamaged. And the Ultralisks getting a little bit caught up behind themselves here. This supply depot here providing a bit of a wall there, and the Banelings come in, seeing the double planetary fortress, and they actually get a lot of those Banelings are actually cleaned up by the planetary fortresses. But we've got the rest of the Ultralisks coming in to clean up here. We've also got a drop going on down here at the 6 o'clock. We've got some Marines and Marauders getting stuck on the ramp there. Guys, make sure you move out of your teammates' way. It's not good manners, but they're moving in here. They're going to take out the 2 spine crawlers that were left over. There is a huge amount of drones here up for sale, but the fungal growth comes down on the Terran forces that were left over, so we'll see Zergie escape with a few of the forces left over, and they're going to come up here on the high ground and just provide a little bit of trouble. These the leftover roaches from earlier on in the game are still here as well, but they're going to go straight down. As you can see, let's have a look at the upgrades for these players. We've got the Ultralisks have their 4-2, so they've got their bonus carapace from the Ultralisk cavern is all done, and they do also have the +2 to ground weapons as well, so they're going to definitely do a lot of damage there. They do 43 to armored, 19 to any other forces, but there are just so many Marines and Marauders here providing a little bit of a counter. It's not exactly a direct counter, but they definitely do, with some excellent micro, you can use Marine Marauder to actually clean up a lot of the Ultralisks, and we'll see probably maybe another switch from Leenock here. He's probably going to, nope, he's actually going to stick with the Ultralisks. He's got a total of 8 Ultralisks now, wandering around the map, lumbering around, trying to actually make sure that he can keep on top of the Marines and Marauders that are around the map. Another command center going up here for Zergie. He's going to try and get another base up, I would suspect, given that one of his planetary fortresses actually died. I think it died to just actually being burnt down by the fires from the early Baneling attacks. We've got a drop coming here. This is a little bit dangerous. Nope, he actually gets it off. I was just a bit worried that the Overlords are actually going to die with the Ultralisks inside them, and that is no way worth it, of course. But we'll see what happens going on from now. The Ultralisks are actually making sure that these medevacs do get out of the bases, because he does not want to actually have those leftover forces coming in here to harass his hatchery that he's got building, because Leenock really is in a tough position at the moment. He does need to get another base up and running, because whilst Zergie is a little bit behind in his harvesters, he's still obviously keeping up given the power of the mules. I think we saw a lot of mules go down at the island expansion, but we'll have to see. A little bit of a miss micro here. Ultralisks are going down just a whole position I think they were on, and he actually loses. How many was that? I think there was like 3 or 4 Ultralisks for nothing. Bailey's coming in from the back. Great attack here from Leenock, but there are just so many Marine Marauders here, sitting here with their +2 armor, +2 weapons, and I think that is going to be the end of this expansion, finally, for Zergie coming in to clean it up. And as we can see here on the income, Zergie's actually still way behind on his on the actual income, so we'll have to see what he does here now. I guess Leenock's probably going to get some more Ultralisks out, but he is going to start falling behind shortly because this expansion is down, and there is realistically no saturation at all on the island expansion. Some mutas are coming in here to try and clean up what they can. They do spot one lonely Marauder sitting here by himself with a medevac, but they are going to kill that one, and the hatchery does go down along with the spine crawler, and I think there was a spire there as well. So Leenock's now lost his spire twice. Earlier on, he lost the Greater Spire to a drop in the back of his base, and then he also lost it again just now from this push here. The Marines are not going to be able to stop these Mutalisks, I would think. The Mutalisks, there we go, they clean up their Marines, and now they're about to get rid of these 2 medevacs that we hear in the base, but there are some Marauders which are taking shots at the expansion. The hatchery is about to die. I think they're going to escape with this just in time. Just before the Mutalisks actually clean up the rest of the Marauders there, they actually get the hatchery down and out of action. And it looks as if we've got another base going up shortly, if he can actually get rid of this creep. He's got an Overlord sitting here creeping the base here so that the command center cannot land. And it looks as if Leenock is getting into a bit of trouble here at the moment. We do have, let's just have a look at the army value. We've got Leenock sort of ahead on the army, on the actual army value itself, but he's starting to fall behind on the actual supply. And as we can see here, we got a whole bunch of Marines just getting chewed up by these Ultralists. They are coming in and hacking away at the Marines, but there are just so many Marines, along with their Stim and the Marauders and the Medevacs to heal them. It's going to be a bit of trouble for some of these Ultralists to clean up, given that they are currently on, their 6 armor at the moment, which is going to mean that the Marines are really not going to do too much damage against them at all. But just with the Stim and with some great micro here, as we can see, Brainley's coming in to clean up this. They clean up some of the Marines that were sitting here at the expansion, and it looks as if Leenock is once again trying to buy some time while he gets an expansion up and running. Now that his gold is all but gone, there's just 100 minerals remaining on that one. He really needs to get some more drones over here at the island expansion. You either want to see, given that he's got a massive, he's actually dropped down a lot lower in his harvester count, but you really want to see some drones being transferred across, whether it be in Overlords or whether it be on Nidus Worm, just to actually get some more some proper saturation there. And now that he's out of gas on the main and on the natural, and I would suspect the gold is almost done as well. Yeah, there's just a little bit of gas left over. Leenock is not looking good at the moment. He's got an army size of barely 81 supply against the 90 supply of Zergie, and it looks as if Zergie is going to try and push in here for a final attack. And we're going to see there is really nothing that Leenock can do here. He's got a whole bunch of Zerglings and a few. He's got one Infestor at the moment as well, but I do not think that is enough. The Zerglings are going to come in here. This expansion is going to go down. I would suspect that is just about the end of it. There it is, the GG, or just the one J from Leenock. But that is all done, and that was an absolutely awesome game. I think if we were to take anything away from this, apart from the fact, if you have a quick look here at the APM, both of these players actually a little bit lower than you would normally see from some of the high-level players, but they are still doing an absolutely fantastic job of providing a really entertaining game. And I think, once again, like one of the previous games we saw on Lost Temple, this was actually really well controlled by the Terran player with drops, and with some great Marine and Marauder control in terms of stim and move, and then stim and move again, that sort of thing, just to make sure that he stays away from any sorts of forces like the Banelings, like the Ultralists, that sort of thing. And just some great production as well from Zergie here. He kept on top of his production the whole time. As you can see here, it's like the end of the game, and he's essentially got the game in the bag, and he's still keeping on top. He's got Marines popping out, he's got Marauders, he's got a tank here as well. So just a couple of things to take out of this is definitely, as a Terran on Lost Temple, you really have to abuse the fact that drop play is very powerful on this map, obviously with the high ground expansions and the fact that you can drop in your opponent's base all over the map. But hope that one was a good game to watch, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers.